Ashley, and today we are going to fill a page in our sketchbook. And this was inspired actually by my kids. They have their little tablets that have kids games on it, and one of them is build ice cream sandwiches. I don't know why they enjoy it so much, but they can do different cookies, different ice creams, different toppings, and they really like it. And so today we're going to build our own ice cream sandwiches in our sketchbook, and we're just gonna fill a page with ice cream sandwiches. So let's flow right into it. So honestly, I'm probably just gonna use one brush for the whole thing. This is a size 10 round with a nice point on it. We'll see though, maybe I'll change. I do have other brushes around. And we're gonna start just by picking up random things, not thinking about it too much. So I'm gonna start with kind of a yellow ochre. It's mixed with other stuff in my palette. I don't have an issue with that. And I'm just gonna start by putting a kind of bottom part of the cookie. So just a little crescent shape, and then the top part is going to be an oval, okay? And it doesn't have to be precise. It doesn't really matter. I'm probably going to go over this with some ink after too. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But we're going to start with that. And then let's do kind of a chocolatey colored one. So I'm just using some brown here. And there's like those very traditional sandwich cookies that have the kind of rectangle shape to them. So we're just going to do a kind of rectangle top. And they can be a little bit rounded. And then same with the bottom, we're just gonna kind of do a line. And that kind of already looks like that type of sandwich cookie. Ice cream sandwich without doing anything else. So maybe I'll do another one of those, but like round, maybe kind of like an Oreo one. So we're gonna make it a little bit darker with more ultramarine blue, and gonna do a round shape here. And then the same on the bottom. And maybe this one's gonna have a little bit of a textured edge. So kind of bump it out and make it not perfect on the edges. It's a little bit bumpy. There we go. And then maybe we have like one of those pink, like strawberry or cherry icebox cookies. Maybe I'll add a little bit of red to it, lighten it up. And this isn't really about perspective or anything like that. They don't all have to line up. It's just filling a page in our sketchbook, and it's just for fun. I'm gonna do a yellow one. Maybe it's like lemon. And I'm gonna make this one kind of a square. we'll make a chocolate chip cookie now. So a nice golden yellow ochre color, and then I'll add some chocolate chips to it. Okay, make a nice rich brown color with burnt sienna and ultramarine, and this is pretty thick, so it's not going to bleed out too much, but it'll bleed out a little bit because our chocolate chips are melting in, right? So we want them to bleed a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to add one down here. I don't know what flavor to make it, but I only have one like pink, so maybe I'll do another pink, but a different shade. So we'll make it more red. There we go. And then we'll put that one here on the bottom. And the nice thing with this is they don't have to be perfect because food isn't always perfect looking, right? So we have that. Now let's add in a little bit of shadows. So we'll add a little bit of blue. And under where the ice cream is, there's going to be some shadow. And then kind of along, I'm going to do the left side and the bottom. And then again, just a little bit on the left side here. Bring that across the top just a little bit. And then kind of on the edge, where the edge of the cookie would be. Kind of messed up this bottom one, but that's okay. Oops. Okay, now for this chocolate chip cookie, add the same color, so the blue with the yellow ochre and some red in there, kind of golden color. And then we'll take our pink and use maybe a little bit more of a purpley color to create the shadow there. A little bit of texture. Same thing on the edge. A little bit of texture across the top. This one I'm making a little bit more wavy on the top to get kind of more texture to where the ice cream's going to come out. Like it's not perfect smooth on the edges. Adding a little line of darkness around this to give it height, so that's going to make it look more three-dimensional. And then some texture on the top. Same thing on this one, adding that line along the edge of darker is gonna make it pop and be a little bit more three-dimensional. And I'm gonna do it along the side as well. Pretty smooth on the top, but we'll just add a little bit of a glaze to give it some dimension. Okay, for our yellow, I'm going to use the yellow ochre as a shadow color. And then my darker kind of reddish pink. Okay, now we can fill them. So I can do chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, lemon, whatever fillings I want, right? Because they're my ice cream sandwiches. So on the ones that are going to be vanilla, they're just going to have a gray. I'm going to kind of do a bluish tinged gray for the shadow. And so it's lots of water, little bit of paint. And then we're going to put that shadow along the top and then kind of around the edges. And that's it. Okay. And just kind of dry brushing to get some texture along there. And I can add a little bit more to the edges to make it pop just slightly. Okay. Now I'll do vanilla in this one as well. There we go. Okay. For the lemon one, I'm going to do a lemon ice cream as well. This person really liked lemon when they were deciding on their flavors. So it's going to all be yellow. Okay, and then I think like a chocolate strawberry would be good. So I'm going to mix brown, burnt sienna with my gray here and use that for my chocolate ice cream color. And then same for this one here. We're going to do chocolate ice cream. Actually, no, we're going to do strawberry ice cream there. So I'm just going to lift that up and put in pink instead. There we go. Maybe this one's starting to melt out a little bit. paint the gray for this one. Let me just add that in. Very subtle on that one because those sides are really smooth on those kind of ice cream sandwiches. There we go. It's just a very, very light wash. Okay, that's pretty much my page of ice cream sandwiches. So I can add in some shadows under them if I want. Use some gray, which is a little bit more ultramarine in it than brown. And I'm not being too precise with these shadows, just kind of getting them in on the darker side, which is the left. There we go. Add a little bit more shadow on some of the ice cream. Like it's kind of bulging out. All right, and there's filling a page with ice cream sandwiches. So it's really summery and fun and super quick and easy, and you get to play with color mixing and kind of shapes. And, you know, take this as seriously or as playfully as you want. And you could add sprinkles, you could add whatever you want. But this is my page of ice cream sandwiches. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider checking out the rest of my channel. I have tons of informational content, tutorials, real-time stuff on there for you to learn watercolor. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep those paints flowing.